So you want my final words to be, the circus just left town, bitch? Faceless After Dark was directed by Raymond Wood, who did First Summoning and other projects. This is written by Todd Jacobs and Jenna Cannell, and was also produced by Jenna Cannell and stars Jenna Cannell as Bowie, an aspiring actress that found some success after an independent horror movie about a killer clown. That's right, flesh-eating freaks. What other horror movie about a killer clown did you think I was going to reference that had Jenna Cannell in it? What other one could you possibly be thinking of? Of course, obviously Terrifier. That's kind of the meta commentary about this particular movie, at least a little sprinkling of it. And she's struggling as an aspiring actress because even though she is talented and she is driven, she can't get the proper auditions. Other friends of hers are finding more success. Even her girlfriend Jessica. Jessica. No, nobody that's not an MST3K fan will get that. She's played by Daniel Lynn. And they are, very much, happy together. So happy together. God, the singing is just going to ruin my channel. I can't help it. And also, a friend of hers named Ryan, Danny Kang. And, Bowie means well. She obviously is having, some struggles as an actress while also wrestling with her own personal demons. But those demons are put aside when a stalker shows up and, oh no, a super fan is showing up and now she's got to fight for her life. That's a description according to IMDb. I'm going to talk about the rest of the plot in the spoilers. But I will say, as far as an independent horror movie with some nice meta commentary about how some, some feedback can be just uber mean. Some can be proper criticism, because at the end of the day, we're all just fans. But some can be very, very mean when they're just trying their absolute best. I have been admittedly guilty of that, and this movie actually did give me a little bit of, of the chance to maybe reflect on maybe pulling some things back. But as a horror movie fan, as a movie fan in general, I just want movies to be better. And sometimes you just need an old-fashioned movie about one particular character and just in a setting dealing with their personal demons and with a little bit of splash of violence and stuff like that. And that's what you get with Faceless After Dark. Now, I had heard about this movie and just got around to watching it because I've watched a lot of movies. I've watched 141 movies released this year already, and I'm going for 300. But being a fan of Jenna Cannell from all the way back with Terrifier, I thought she was great in that. I thought they were great in The Bye-Bye Man, which admittedly was a little bit silly, but that was actually the first role I saw them in. I'm saying she and they, by the way, because pronouns, let's respect pronouns. And also, before I go any further, if you have any problem with the LGBTQ community and there is an LGBTQ theme with this particular movie, you need to just fuck the hell off and get the hell out of here. Pull your head out of your goddamn ass. Let people live as they are. So yes, after Jessica gets an offer to go to London for a film, Bowie has to deal with the stalker. And then it just gets really, really weird and vicious. And actually it does tip its hand pretty early how it's going to go. And it doesn't really deviate much from that. But the one thing I will say about this movie is it lives and dies on the performance of Jenna Cannell. Now, that's not to say that the other actors aren't good. That's not to say the people that have bit parts, literally and figuratively, aren't good. But you need a committed performance, and Jenna Cannell is up to the goddamn task. Being in, having parts of Renfield and Bad Boys Ride or Die, I'm really just thrilled and hoping that they can get plenty more success, because they are uber talented. Now, once it reveals its twist pretty early on, we then see, certain things, we see certain scenes play out. And I really, again, just want to put over how great Jenna Cannell is as far as facials, as far as reactions and stuff like that, and embracing the horror genre and being really, really good at it. I mean, not just, not seeing it as beneath them. There are some actors that do that. Jenna is really, really good as far as how committed they are. And I had a lot of fun with this. Is the movie perfect? No. But is the movie a lot of fun? Absolutely. It has some things to say. I thought it had a nice balance to it. It's also a breezy 80 minutes, actually just under. And, it's got enough fresh stuff while also treading familiar ground that I really did end up enjoying. This is one of the much better horror offerings this year compared to some of the stuff that has gotten a more mainstream release, either on Shudder or other platforms, or even in theaters. So I really enjoyed Faceless After Dark. It was fun. And Jenna Cannell, once again, very good. Can't wait for them to get more more proper roles. Because stuff like this, you can hang your hat on and shows the range that she has. So yeah, other than that, the rest of the cast did just fine. There's some good gore and some good stuff. Now I'm going to get into spoilers. It is available on Amazon for a few bucks, and we're checking out. Plunk down my money. More than happy to support independent filmmakers and people that I really, really, want to see succeed. So I wish nothing but the best for the cast. 3, 2, 1, and spoilers. So, Bowie has a time at a convention. She's not necessarily dealing all that well with all, with the low payouts and stuff like that. And actors are struggling after the recent writer and actor strikes took hold. It's nice that this kind of sort of addressed that. The Mind Your Own Uterus shirt, I love that. I really did like that shirt. I don't know why they did the title reveal 7 minutes in, but I did like in the very beginning. Not only was there rap, as our Lord and Savior Dr. Dre once said, but they showed her fighting the clown and everything, and her wearing the wig, the long hair, when naturally their hair is actually pretty short. But yeah, we see that Jessica and Bowie are together. We see that Bowie's already having a few fractures because she's struggling to, push her career forward. Ryan, as a friend of hers, filming auditions for her, but he gets an offer to be part of a project, and unfortunately she cannot come along, even though he pushed for her. He says, do what you do best, write what you know best, write your own shit, make your own shit, make something that you're committed to. And so she does, because she sees a lot of mean comments on social media, not just directed at her, but also directed at Jessica. And she decides to take revenge on them. That's basically what the whole thing is. She takes revenge on one guy that shows up that is a stalker that she ends up killing. To be fair, the guy really shouldn't have done that, because whether unhinged or not, you don't break into somebody else's house, and you have to remember, actors are people too. Talk to them at a convention if you want, paying the fee and everything, but remember, they're people too. They're acting out roles. This is a role that they are playing. They are people deep inside. And we all need to remember that and respect boundaries. I'd be uncomfortable going to conventions because I feel like I'm bothering the goddamn people. But I would honestly, if I ever went to one and Jen Cannell was there, I'd shake their hand and say, hey, great, really love what you're doing, for what that's worth. But the guy ends up, getting killed because I think she's just goddamn had it. She's goddamn had it with the idiots, all the stuff. He even offers, hey, call the police, take care of it. Go ahead. Cop ends up showing up because she tried to call from some emergency phone, a Samsung S4. My God, that's old. But it is kind of funny that she kills this character named Clown Boy in the cast. She ends up going after people on commentary board. She even referenced one earlier, an elected government official that said some really dirty things to her. And she targets another guy that's actually a very creepy pedo that, oh, you don't even check the IDs at the door. All this. So after killing Clown Boy just, by chopping his leg and slicing his neck, she really takes it to the pedo guy, cutting off his thumbs and stuff like that. And she's making her own movie. She's making her own shit here. This is some pretty good stuff that they're doing. And there's a bit of, stuff about maybe some jealousy over Jessica's success, but then she sees a comment from one particular person. More on that in a bit. She gets a guy to come from Atlanta. This movie's based out of Atlanta, I believe. I think. I've never actually been to Atlanta, so I don't have any idea. But the guy's very, very creepy. He's also very conservative, and he also is married with kids, but he wants her to, he would ram it down her throat, make her gag, and call him daddy. That's about it. I'm editing it as best as I can because I don't actually know what words I can get away with. That's gross. But she dresses up in the long hair and everything, and she can pull off any look, in all honesty. But she drugs the wine, hits him over the head with a pan, ties him down, and basically tortures him, films it, and then cuts his dick off with some, some snippets, as it were, some gardening tools that Clown Boy brought in. She decides to use those. And meanwhile, Jessica and Ryan can't get a hold of her, but she does that, and she kills the elected government official, and just to make her own movie. Then she finds 237 soccer mom, who's, she's tarting it up is what she's doing. Look at how Jessica's dressing, and, a bad example for women. So yeah, Ryan shows up to check on her. We get a brief romance. Whatever. A brief kiss. It started out with a kiss. How it ended up in blood. That's not how the song goes. But he takes off. Okay, I'll help you with your project when you're done. She's like, I want you to be the first to see it. Catherine Barnes plays the soccer mom, and I have to say, even though it's very brief what she plays, she actually does a pretty good job as kind of a raging bitch. Not that Bowie or Jenna Cannell is necessarily level-headed in this. I mean, you could see the justification of actors finally snapping, but yeah, you're going around killing people indiscriminately. You're not going to get away with this. She ends up basically setting her on fire after, by the way, after she had brought a gun, Jenna Cannell fires all the bullets in the air. Unfortunately, rushes up while the utensil drawer is open and gets stabbed. Somehow is okay, despite being stabbed and that knife being held in quite a bit and twisted around. But she ends up basically choking out the soccer mom and putting her in a pool, a kiddie pool, in a chair, and setting her on fire like the Salem witch trials. The film is coming together. And that actually was kind of funny. I mean, she probably should have gotten a stomach wound fixed, but then again, we're reaching the conclusion of this. The cops come in, they see the bodies, including the elected government official with his own dick in his mouth. That was kind of creative, I will say that. Jessica then is totally shocked by all this and decides to play the killer in the movie based on a true story. And she was close to Bowie. Bowie had her demons, all that stuff. All this gets revealed pretty quickly. And then we do a weird twisty, zoomy thing on Bowie, Jenna Cannell, in the institution. And a great closing shot of them. That's just great. Just really, really great stuff. So no, the movie is not perfect. It treads familiar ground, but it's so much fun. And you're so impressed with Jenna Cannell's committed performance. To me, it elevates it well above a lot of horror movies this year. So I'm going to say B+. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I recommend you check out Faceless After Dark. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.